Hello, hello, hello! I am Ditto Archivist. Welcome to my show and tell series, where I show off my finished projects and builds in Pokemon Pokopia. Today, we are not on my Cloud Island. We are instead in my Pallet Town. I thought I would give you a little tour, and then I wanted to show off what I did with the legendary bird kits for Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos. Let's get started. First off, this is where I first experimented with Rainbow Road. I watched a video of all the various variations of Rainbow Road, and there are two that I thought I could mimic fairly well. One is this big one, the first one, where the colors run perpendicular to the road. And I did make each color 2 blocks wide, because otherwise it was very compressed. And the road that I eventually went with on my Cloud Island is where the colors are in parallel with the road. And I liked this a lot. First off, over to my left is a little park, and this, with all the Pokeball houses, is where I put my evolution. I think all of them have the cute bedroom set, color-coded, so they're all painted, and then they all have a few items that are specific to them. And then because purple is my favorite color, I live with Espeon. Purple everywhere. Alrighty. Next stop, we pass by the Horsey Fountain, the Fountain Plaza kit, if I'm remembering correctly. You can see to my right, my windmill farm, water wheel farm in this case. Hello! And then this is my open air market in Pallet Town. This was the blueprint for what I did on my Cloud Island. These are the Pokemon counters, which I really do like the look of them. But I did go with the counters on my Cloud Island. Have a couple places to rest, plenty of lighting, mini kitchen and a vending machine over here. I had fun. And then I tend to hop the ledges. We have a community garden with a Jigglypuff frolicking through them. Oh, there was an Oddish as well. This is my preferred organization for a single sprinkler garden, where just each quadrant has its own vegetable. And then we have all the houses with all the Pokemon. In my main game, I did pretty much put 99% of the Pokemon into the prefab houses. Alright, first off, in order to facilitate travel between the islands, I built a lift system. Each island has 2 lifts going to this floating central hub, because hopefully if a Pokemon is using one, the other will be free. Less lines. Also theoretically, one is dedicated to going from an island to the hub, and the other is dedicated from the hub to the island. But as we have noted, Pokemon do not care about your mental organization. We have a little rest area, and we are going to go visit Moltres first. I do enjoy just the idea of floating buildings and platforms in the game. So I went wild with that just a tad in my Pallet Town. Building them is fairly simple. You take a block, I usually prefer ash. You build a single column to your preferred height. You start building the platform off that column, and then you destroy the column and the platform remains. So Rainbow Road are the main roads of Pallet Town. And once you hit the glowing stone, that is a sort of off the beaten track path. We go this way, find the little area where you first get the Altar of Flame kit, and I added a little magma river. And then we built the Altar of Flame. It is sitting on a floating platform of black rock with the lava rock at the edge. And then an entire magma lake underneath it. Putting all the magma down was difficult. Mostly it was slow going, because you put it down and you immediately have to run. And about half the time you are not fast enough. You're respawning somewhere. Ah, and then I needed a place for the birds to live. And I wanted to keep them in their building kits. So, painted a luxury set red for Moltres and put it on top of the main platform. This was before I was introduced to the idea of burying a little 2x2 house under a floor as a hidden home. But I like having the luxury habitat on the platform, so it stays. Hi! Bye! Alright, next, we're gonna go visit Zapdos. Building a pillar in the ocean. I respawned a few times. Highly recommend you find a point under the platform you want to build that has the highest floor under the water. Less chance of you drowning trying to put the column down, or destroy the column afterwards. Alright. Here we go. Up, up. Oh! That is where you get the kit for the abandoned power plant. There is now an elevator. Let's see where it goes. It goes to a floating platform. So we have Moltres with the magma. Zapdos, I don't really have a contained lightning element liquid. So instead we just put you in the air. Do note, if you want to build a building, a kit, in the open air, the entire platform has to be filled in. You can't just build a perimeter and plop it down. I tried. I was very sad when it did not work. So we come inside, and Zapdos has the gaming bedroom set. Fun, fun, fun. Woo! Ooh. Not what I meant to do, but I'll take it. Alright, to the final island. Back to the main island, actually. And our last stop is Articuno. I do enjoy the lifts. I was so excited when we saw that brief glimpse in that final lead up to Pokopia. And the way they've implemented them, how they function. It's very cute, and I very much enjoy it. Alright, so Articuno. I did do some redecorating. These all used to be moss blocks, and instead they are now ice blocks. And since this is pretty close to town, I put my clear and my tidal bell up here for easy access. Now if you look behind the waterfall, there's a glowing mushroom. Let's see what is back here. There's a cave! This is the cave where you actually find ice and you dig it out. And after I was finished digging it out, I thought, let's put the freezing chambers down here. Reminds me a little bit of the Atlantis, the animated film. Freezing chamber in an underground chamber on a bed of ice, floating above a lake of water. And Articuno also gets the luxury set, painted a little bit more like the ice, instead of red like Moltres. We'll let them sleep. Oot. This is the one that I started with, and I just really had fun with the idea both of burying it and then making it a floating platform, floating on ice above water. I had fun with this. There was also a floating staircase. All right, I believe that is it for today. Thank you for joining me on my little tour of Pallet Town and the legendary bird building kits. I hope you had fun, and I hope to see you again. Bye!